Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Myst Masterpiece Edition. When last we left off, we'd done a brief tour of the fortress in the Mechanical Age and found two rooms, one belonging to Cirrus and the other belonging to Achenar. Cirrus's room was quite pleasant and comfortable and palpable. Achenar's room, we will never ever speak again. Ever. But there's more to the fortress than just those two rooms, so let's go through Cirrus's chamber. And if we actually have a closer look at this picture, he doesn't have the beard. But I would bet my top and bottom dollar that the man in this photo is none other than Cirrus, Lord of this chamber. Now, we have a button here that we didn't press in the previous video, so let's press it now and see what happens. The platform descends into a hidden passageway of sorts. There appears to be gears leading up to the elevator and some sort of mechanism. So it rotates, much like the Fortress Simulator. So let's rotate it around until the two semicircles are lined, the two openings. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah, that's one thing you have to watch out for in the gear puzzles. It tends to go overboard. So if we go... No, behave. Let's wait for the gears to do their thing again, and then try and time it right so we can actually enter the elevator. There we go. So now we should be able to open the elevator. The elevator is now accessible, and we press the button again, and the platform raises up again to give us access. So we're in the elevator now, and we have 3 buttons, so let's go up. Let's go to the top of the fortress. Let's see what we can do. This is the top of the fortress. We can't see out, and we can't do anything, and there's no music, so let's go back down. See if we can actually descend into the fortress. If the fortress is a basement of some kind. It doesn't appear that the fortress has a basement, so let's push the middle button and see what happens. And it takes us halfway between the fortress, which, remember what I said about being glad about how the elevator in the tower on Myst Island does not get stuck, does not get stopped halfway? Yeah, at least this is well illuminated. If you were trapped halfway in the tower of Myst and the elevator was stuck halfway, you would be in very deep trouble. But I wonder, there must be a reason why the elevator is halfway, so we push the button. It seems to be beeping a few times. 5 times. And then it descends back down to halfway. Didn't beep when we were down on the ground floor, so let's head back up and see what happens when we get out of the elevator before it hits 5 beeps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 or 5 beeps? Probably 6. Aha! Clever. These controls look like the ones that look very similar to the simulator controls found in Akinar's chamber. I just said I wouldn't mention his chamber again, but I obviously had to, since that's where the simulator is. But this looks like the real thing. And there are some gears, so I'm guessing the left gear kind of unlocks the whole mechanism. And we have to try and rotate the fortress. Although, since we have a visual of gears instead of proper, a proper visual look of the current directions, if this is anything like the simulator, we'll probably have to rely on the sounds. It's a good thing I made a note of the sounds. So if we pull this lever, we got a kind of donk sound, which is south. So let's go down and see what's happened. I'm pretty sure that the fortress would have rotated, so let's head back down to the ground floor. Down the wonderful elevator ride, and see where we have to go. By chance, do we see anything in the telescope? Nope, no landmarks of any kind up there. And we haven't rotated. We're still... So that's south, apparently. The place where we start is south. So if we head back up, we want to try and rotate... So if that's south, which way is north? Of course, if you look around and if you look up, you can see the top of the fortress and the conveniently placed controls, which only come down when you set the elevator right. And the controls go down again so that we can use them. And now we have to try and move away from being south. So if we move this and we move this down, we should get a different sound. Alright, so I think that's kind of moved us east, I think. Yeah, I think we've rotated so that we're now east. So I wonder where east would be in the mechanical age, which landmark marks the position of east. Down on the ground level, let's go back to Osiris's chamber and see if anything interesting has happened in the telescope. Nope, not a thing. So back outside, and we're in a completely different location altogether. So this appears to be some sort of platform or something, and there appears to be a pair of symbols. They appear to be the latter half of the symbols that we found at the beginning, at the where we arrived in mechanical age. So I'll just make a note of these. A circle with 3 triangles at the bottom, and what appears to be a semicircle. And that appears to be only one half of the clue. So let us return now to the controls and see if we can try and go either west or north based on the two remaining sounds that we have. So let's get the controls set up once again. Press the button, exit the elevator, wait for the beeps, and wait for the controls to descend so that we can use them again. Now, we're east, so we want to try and make a different sound of north or west. That wasn't far enough, so let's see if we can have a different sound. Nope. So let's rotate and let's bring that down. Nope, that's the other sound that we had. So if we do this and see what happens. Let's just rotate and see if we actually just get a different sound. Nope, we didn't. Come on, behave, give me a different sound. Yeah, this puzzle was fairly annoying. Just rotate that and move it down there and come on. Please be nice. No, it's not doing it. Yeah, I don't like this puzzle. I'm still getting those two sounds. Give me another sound. Aha! We got a dink this time. Which means we should be facing north if the simulator is correct. So let's descend back to the entrance and see what our current position is. And then, as a final touch, I'll try and see where the west position is. So let's have a look through the telescope again. And there appears to be a ship and someone hung. Someone has been hung from a ship. I remember reading about the black ships in the Mechanical Age journal. And the sky is apparently blue. Did Cirrus or Aknar not heed Atris's warning and decided to destroy the black ships in order to have the blue sky back? It's certainly an interesting theory. And now we have the first two, what appears to be the first two symbols, which is a circle, an open circle that seems to resemble the elevator symbol that we had, and a down arrow, a middle rectangle, and an up arrow, almost similar to the again similar to the elevator buttons. And we'll return to the elevator and rotate it again to see if we can get the sound for west and just see if there's anything worth exploring up there. So for the very last time I'll be using the elevator controls for the very last time and wait for the elevator to come down and rotate the fortress so that it will be facing west. Actually, looking at the map, I don't think there's really a need to go west, so we'll try and return south again, I think. Nope, that's north. Bear with me, adventurers. I really do not like this puzzle. That's east, so let's head back to south. And now it's not going to give me south. Well, this is off to a very wonderful start. So if we just turn it slightly and head back down, there we go. So after that, 5 minutes of absolute pointlessness, we'll head back down to where we started, and hopefully we might have found a way out of... no, not going that way. Anyway, as I was saying, back to where we started, and I believe we have all 4 symbols to operate this mechanism. So we want the open circle, this symbol, the arrows and the rectangle. We want the 3 arrows and the 3 triangles and the circle, and we want the semicircle. And what happens when we press the button? It forms another stair passageway. I believe this mechanism was actually illustrated in Atris's journal. And now we have different music, and we have a Myst book sitting on a platform of gears. So let us... well, actually no. When we return, we shall return to Myst Library and give the red page to Cirrus to see if we can learn anything more from him. And then we'll return with the blue page for Akanar. Until next we meet, adventurers.